Shalom, family. Am I loud and clear? Am I loud and clear, or do I got that McDonald's Wi-Fi? What? Give me a one in the chat if it's loud and clear. A two if it's McDonald's Wi-Fi. Is the audio good? Is it presentable? Is it crisp? Is it clean? All praises. Well, first and foremost, I want to give Call Halal, but now Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Malak Yahweh Shai. This is the brother Matathia Bam Banyamyan out of the Sicarii Dallas sect, also the Sicarii Dfw sect, right? Coming at y'all with another live class. We're going to keep it, short, sweet, to the point. Nothing too extravagant today, right? What we're going to go over is, be made ready for the bridegroom, man. To make sure that your garment ain't filthy, that you have on you adorn them white raiments, man. You got to be presentable before you go to the wedding, right? So that's what we're going to go into today, man. And again, make sure you like, subscribe, share. We got to push this word out so that way those of us that haven't heard it can hear this thing and come into the fold, right? But let's go ahead and get this started, man. Make sure my screen is shared this time. Boom. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 22. So let's start at verse 21. If so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him as the truth is in Yahushua, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. So let's stop right here, right? We got because for those of us that's coming into these things, just hearing about the truth and whatnot, and even those of us who either claim to be in the truth, stutter stepping, whatever it is, right? We got to be sure that we put off the former conversation, put off that old man. What is that old man? It's that former version of yourself that was in this world, man. The drug dealer, the pimp, the prostitute, the stripper, the the whoremonger, right? Those evil people that we used to when we used to be idolaters, off into these these false religions, worshiping these false idols, man, worshiping these false gods, believing in what I like to call them imaginary friends, man, right? Being like the heathen. We got to put off that former conversation, right? Because that former conversation, that old man only goes after the lusts of the flesh and not after the spirit, man. So we have to put off that former conversation and we have to be renewed, right? Verse 23. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. That's what we ought to do when we really coming into this thing. When we really repent and we put off that former conversation, we don't do the same things that we used to, right? You got those of us who might be struggling with some things. You got brothers and sisters who may be struggling with certain addictions. The expression old habits die hard and things of that nature. We have to put off those former conversations and be renewed in the spirit of our mind, right? And we got to take off that old man and put on the new man. Verse 25. Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor, for we are members one another. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the soul go down upon your wrath, right? It's going into a few more things. It's talking about a temperament of attitude, right? But again, we got to put off the former conversation, got to put off that old man. We got to put off that old dirty garment. You can't show up to the wedding with that that former conversation still on you. You can't show up as the old man. You got to put off that old man and adorn yourself a new garment, a beautiful white garment, right? That's what we ought to do, right? Let's hear about this wedding, man. Let's hear about this beautiful wedding, right? This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 1. And Yahushua answered and spake unto them again by parables and said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king which made a marriage for his son and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. And of course, that's what we do when we go out on these highways and byways. When we do these live classes, push all this information out on all platforms, the super information highway, and as well as the actual streets and highways, right? We're bidding our people to what? To the marriage, right? To put off that old man, to put off that old, dirty, disgusting garment, and to put on that new man, that new garment, and walk in a newness and spirit of life, right? Verse 23 again. Verse 23, and sent for servants to call them that are bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. That's what we're doing when we're telling our people, man. We're telling our people to come to the marriage. Put off that former conversation. Take off that old disgusting garment. The one that you wore in the world. Walk in a new spirit. Because the marriage is ready. The invitation is given to you. But you better make sure that you have on your white garment and be clean, man. You can't show up to the wedding dirty. It's not polite, and it's just frankly rude. All right. Verse 25. But they made light of it and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise. Our people do this all the live long day, man. Our people will scoff, laugh, pretend to listen, right? Honestly, my pet peeve is when people pretend to listen, where they just kind of entertain it. Like you could have just kept it walking and kept it pushing. It is insulting for you to play a game and just pretend to listen, right? It's not cool. If you're gonna listen, then actually listen, right? But that's what our people do. Our people make light of it and want to go about their old ways, fulfill their own lusts, right? That's them being still dwelling in that old man. They don't want to become the new creature. Verse 6. And the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies to destroy those murderers and burn up the city. And he saith to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. See, we bidden our people to the marriage, but if they still stuck with these worldly mindsets, they they're not worthy to come to this wedding. These are the same people that say, oh, I love God. Yeah, I believe in Jesus, this, that, and the third. But yet when we ask you how you show that love, you really don't got an answer. All you have is rhetoric. These are the same people who, back in the day slew the prophets. To this day, misuse the prophets. This is what they do. These people are not ready. They're still being bidden, though. They're being told to repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. But these people are not worthy, right? Lord willing, they repent. Verse 9. Go ye therefore unto the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. That's what we're doing, man. When we telling that family member, that co-worker, going on these highways and byways, pushing this word in truth and sincerity, we are bidding our people to marriage. That's what we doing, man. We telling them to go take a shower, get that dirt and grime off, wash behind your ears, and get ready for this marriage and put on that white garment. There's gonna be those of us that just they don't want to listen, they don't want to hearken unto it, man. They wanna scoff and they want to misuse. But it's okay though. They'll get dealt with. Lord willing, they repent, but if not, the Most High gonna deal with them how He deal with them, right? Verse 10. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. And that's what we do. Whether they hear or whether they forbear, they gonna hear this. There's not gonna be an excuse for them. Either they heard it, repented, and came back home, heard it, threw it behind their shoulders, or whatever the case is. They're gonna get big. They're gonna get this invitation, all right? They're gonna get this invite to the wedding. Okay. Whether or not they cleaned up or not, that's on them. But they're gonna get this invite, all right? And the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. It's gonna be, hey man, look. Again, you cannot show up to the wedding and not have a wedding garment on. What's wrong with you? This is a, you know what I'm saying? This is a, you know, the men in pinstripes, you know, the sisters that have on a, you know, let's see, what go good with pinstripes? You know, let's call it a black dress wedding. I don't know what it is, you know. But yeah, you know, people, you know, put on your wedding garments according to the invitation, man. And then somebody come in with some, you know, some basketball shorts, some worn out high socks, some torn up slides, and a white beater, man. Just slightly brown with a couple holes in it. They ain't had a wedding garment on, man. Nah, fam, you got to put that wedding garment on. He came in wearing that old man, carrying that old former conversation, and not walking in a newness of spirit, right? Can't do that. Let's see what happened. And he saith unto him, friend, how comest thou in hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. And they ain't had nothing to say. Just like those of our people who just cast this word behind their back, who scoff, right? Who pretend to listen, who'd rather, you know, you got the sisters, you know, the sisters, they would just want to be IG and OF models and whatnot, and they just want to walk in the middle of the day, get drunk, you know, twerk in the middle of the street, you know, try to follow the ways of Megan, you know, the stallion or whatever, you know. I got my own comments on that whole thing. I'm not gonna say it on this live though. Just know. No, I can't even say it. I can't even say it. Follow me on my social media. I'll say it on there, but I can't say it on this. I'm not gonna do it. But again, you know, there's gonna be those of our people who this gonna happen. Like, why ain't you ready? What happened? They not gonna have nothing to say. It's not like they never heard it. They heard it. Somebody done told them about the truth in some way, shape, or form. They done heard this truth, and they did nothing with it. That's why they speechless, man. They're not gonna have nothing to say in that day except for, oh my God, they was right. I should have listened. And they're gonna be stuck on stupid, right? Verse 13. Then said the king to the servants, bind him hand and foot and take him away and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Whoo! You're gonna get cast out. You're gonna be sad, mad, and dead, man. There's gonna come a time where there's not gonna be an excuse for nobody, man. There's no reason why most people have not heard the truth. Like if I don't go to the airport a lot. If I can go to the airport, minding my own business, and then out of nowhere somebody recognizes who I am or just wants to have a conversation with me because they done heard the truth and they see me with my fringes and ZTs on, they like, what? You got people from all around the world in the airport. You don't know where anybody is from, right? I done had people stop me in the airport before. At my job, somebody recognized me at a Burger King drive-through, and it's a Sicarii brother. At first, I thought, okay, maybe he's seen me somewhere else. As soon as I mentioned Hebrew Israelites and I said Sicarii Dallas, he said, yeah. I had never seen his brother a day in my life. And he worked at the Burger King that's by my crib. But he recognized this truth is going out. There's no excuse for you not to say that you haven't heard it before. There's somebody or somebody that knows somebody that you know that has brought this up to your attention. It's all over social media, right? There's a whole big thing with Kyrie and Ye, right? And yet you claim to not heard it. You heard it, you saw it, you just chose not to do anything with it, right? Macho Alicia, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Barakatah Wathawada, right? Hey, and hashtag find Ye. I don't know if he actually missing or he just ducked out, right? Apparently his business manager can't find him, but hashtag find Ye. All right. He said, Malak Yasa said bad and bushy thoughts. Hey man, look, there's those. There's I would say the premium ones are what I call sophisticated ratchets. You know, they got a head on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? They listen and whatnot. More than likely, they in the truth. You know what I'm saying? But don't get it twisted. They can flip that switch and turn the place out. And I don't mean like in a party way. I'm talking like, you know, they might run some hands. they might be about running some hands, right? In righteousness, of course. In righteousness, right? But again, there's gonna be people who gonna think, okay, it's all good. I made it. I'm here to go. Christ, cool. Okay, why aren't you ready? What? You didn't do nothing that I told you to do. You weren't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You really didn't have faith. You was pushing idolatry. You was still worshiping an idol. What happened? They're gonna be stuck on stupid. It's gonna be those same people that get tied and carried out, man. Right? Verse 14. For many are called, but few are chosen. There's gonna be a lot of people that hears this call, man. There's gonna be plenty of people that hears blacks, Hispanics, and natives are Hebrew Israelites. Like the saying goes, there's no such thing as bad publicity. It's not. You got small hat media, right? They'll call us what? BHI, Black Hebrew Israelites. But here's the thing though, they're hearing black, which is associated with so-called African Americans, and then they're hearing Hebrew Israelites. That alone should make you like, what are they talking about? What is that? Regardless of what is being said, that should at least put something in your mind. Like, let me see what they talk about. What is this? Even if it's bad media, you heard it. You heard whatever rhetoric you heard, but you heard that blacks are associated with Hebrew Israelites at least. So there's no excuse. You heard it, but you did nothing with it, right? Just like the parable of the penny. We all working for the same penny. No matter if we started in the 60s, started 2 days ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, we all working for the same penny. Ain't no excuse to have a white garment, especially if you heard about this. You got to prepare. You got to get ready. You don't just wake up, roll out of bed. You know, if you're going to an event, you lay your, you know what I'm saying? You lay the suit out. You feel me? You know, you lay your Dayton wingtips out, right? You know, you lay out your matching ZZs to go along with it. You know, you pick the chain to replace that idolatrous tie just so it look good. Or you know what? Let me get the blazer with the turtleneck. Let me make sure I look good for this wedding, for this event. Let me make sure that my stuff is straight. You feel me? But you got people who don't want to do so. They think that it's okay just to roll up. It's not okay, right? Because our people have cryogenically frozen necks, and they're still stuck on the former conversation of the old man. Instead of putting the old man off and walking in the newness of life and being that new creature, that new man, right? One of my favorite scriptures, Deuteronomy 10 and 16. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart. Chat, you know how I like to do it. I like to get interactive and ask questions. Who can tell me what that word heart is? What does that mean? What's that talking about? Does it mean to literally, cut your chest open, do a no anesthetic surgery on your heart and cut a portion of your heart off like the third ventricle? What does that mean? What's it talking about? Let's see who got it. Let's see who be paying attention. Kama like y'all stop. It's talking about your mind, your mind. Circumcise the foreskin of your mind and be no more stiff-necked. Stop being hard-hearted, right? Listen and be obedient to the Most High God. It's not that hard. It's not. It's not that hard. But that's a lot of our people's issues. We're hard-hearted and stiff-necked. But we have to circumcise our mind and be able to be obedient to the Most High, right? Watch this. One of my favorite Psalms right here. Psalms. If you ever having a bad day, remorseful, whatever it is, we all know what we do in certain lives. We know what makes us feel bad and whatnot. Read you a good old Psalm 51, the whole chapter. It is beautiful. Let me see. Where am I? Yeah, there we go. Let's start at start at verse 4. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 51 and verse 4. Against thee only have I sinned, and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, and in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. We have to. This is one David, praying for forgiveness, right? He's saying, "Cleanse me, cleanse me of this wickedness that I did, man." Like we look, if you going through something, whatever it is, especially if you're just coming in this thing and you got a habit that's hard to kick, you might want to ask the Most High for some help, because look, we can't do it alone, man. If we could do it alone, we would have been did it. We wouldn't need the Hamashiach if we could do it on our own, right? But that's not the case. We can't do it on our own. We got to reach out and ask the Most High for assistance and forgiveness, man. Right? We got to lean on each other sometimes. We all that we got. We got to lean on each other. But like I said, if you're going through something or whatever the case is, man, I highly suggest reading Psalms 51. It is a beautiful chapter, right? But let's read that again. Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear the joy of gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Hide thy face from my sins, and blot out my iniquities. Oh, Salah. And blot out all mine iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. That sounds like a man who wants to be clean. That sounds like a man who wants to truly repent and walk in a newness of life and a newness of spirit. That's the same mentality we got to have, man. Whether we just coming in this thing or we been in this thing. We all go through something. We all stumble. We all fall. We might scuff up our J's, man. You feel me? We might scrape our knees or something. We may think we got on a white garment. We look down and we got a wine stain or something. Just spilled some ketchup. Probably was wearing it. Probably frying some chicken. Making some empanadas. You feel me? Or some lawful tamales. We was in the kitchen cooking something, got dirty. It be like that sometimes, man. But we gotta make sure that we stay clean, man. And if something do happen, we gotta make sure that we ask the Most High to do these things for us. Because again, we can't do it ourselves. We can try to a certain extent, but the Most High is going to be the one that cleanses. Is that all I wanted? Do I want? Oh yeah, verse 11. There we go. I'm telling you, Psalms 51 is, man. Like I said, if you're having a bad day, just read Psalm. Well, hold on. It depends on what kind of bad day you having, right? If you're having a bad day that you really feel remorseful, you know, enchiladas. That's right. Some lawful enchiladas. That's right. That's right. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I need to find somewhere I get some lawful refried beans somewhere, man. I don't know the recipe. I don't know how to make them. You know what I'm saying? If anybody got an abuela out here in Fort Worth, Texas, or Dallas, Texas, point me in the right direction because I need me some lawful refried beans in my damn burrito. All right. Well, let me read 10 again. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Verse 11, cast me not away from thy presence and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. This is David pleading right here. He is praying and pleading, which is something we ought to be in a practice of, especially if we just coming into this thing. And even more so if we in this walk, we trip and fall and we find it hard to stand up sometimes. Right? And another thing is we got to make sure that we doing a hard check on ourselves. Right? If you're not hard on yourself whenever you mess up, then you say that are you really repenting at that point? Or are you just saying that you repented just to repent it, man? Like if you don't feel bad if you do something that's off, then hey man, look, you definitely want to do a hard check on yourself, right? I know brothers and even myself, even some sisters, we hard on ourselves. Might even mess up unknowingly. And then we come to find out, damn near want to bang our head against the wall. We be wanting to fight ourselves. It's like, dang, like I disappointed dad. Like I'm a disappointed. I messed up. Like how could I do such a thing? How did I let this happen? You gotta if you don't have that type of mentality, if something goes awry, when hey man, look, you are you really walking in the same spirit, right? That's right, Malak Yah. So let me read that. Let me read that real quick. Hold on. Can I pin that? Can I pin it? I don't think it's gonna let me pin it. Nope, it's not gonna let me pin it. Y'all gotta do that. But yeah, let me read that. 2 Corinthians 7:10, for godly sorrow worketh repentance to salvation, not to be repented of, but the sorrow of the world worketh death, man. You see? Like you gotta have that mentality. If you don't feel no type of remorse, sorrow, if you don't feel bad for a situation and your part in it, you're not walking in the right spirit, man. You still got that former conversation on you, man. You still got that monkey on your shoulder. You gotta put that off of you, man. There more on that. You see, I can't get away from Psalms. It just keeps getting better. It just do. Verse 12. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation and uphold me with thy free spirit. Verse 13. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. This is what we're doing now. We repented and we're teaching transgressors the ways of the Most High. That's what we're doing, man. We're trying to convert the sinners back, right? We're trying to teach them these laws, statutes, commandments, and the faith in Yahweh Shai, right? Because it's those of us that's in this, that's really in this, we don't got to teach them, right? We got to go to the sick. We got to go to those who are afflicted, man. They the ones that really need to hear this, so that way they can have a chance at repentance. So that way they can have a chance to turn back to the Most High, right? And what we doing, we ask for a clean spirit. We're asking to be clean, to get the filth washed up off us, man. So we can adorn that beautiful garment for the wedding. I'm trying to be in attendance, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, I can see it now, Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? Chilling right there, you know what I'm saying? Look to my right, you got Malak Yawasab chilling. He bring a whole plate of enchiladas, you know what I'm saying? It's fancy and it's dope, right? I'm not saying it's gonna happen exactly that way, but you get the point though, right? That's what we aiming for. You want to be cleansed of your old ways, so that way you can walk the way that we were supposed to, right? Watch this. Let's see. Let's start at. Actually, this is what I wanted to start at. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 10. Hear the words of Yahweh, ye rulers of Sodom. Give ear unto the law of your God, ye people of Gomorrah. Now, is this actually talking about Sodom and Gomorrah? No, it's not. At this time, of course, we know Sodom and Gomorrah has been destroyed. This is Israel being likened unto the heathen nations as Sodom and Gomorrah. Quick precept for people who want to say, well, Israel's never been called another nation. We just got called Sodom and Gomorrah right here. What are you talking about? Right? How do you know Yah not deal with you no more? I'll put it to you like this, right? The Most High deals with you as he deals with sons. When we go off, I'll put it to you this way. We can see all the evil in the earth that the heathen, especially the Edomites, that they do, right? They have not gotten punished for it. We as a nation of people get punished for our wrongdoings immediately. Also individually, right? You could have a judgment put upon you, be a financial struggle, physical ailment, death in the family, sorrow, you be killed, almost die, right? You can lose the spirit. There's a brother that I know of. It's scary, but he not in the truth no more. There's a couple of people out there that don't even go out and teach no more. That's not in the truth no more, man. And that's a scary sight. I remember the first time that I came into the truth. Right, I want to say I was in the truth probably 6 to 8 months. I don't even know if I was a soldier at that point, but camp had just finished. We was walking down to get something to eat, and there's a group of Christians teaching down by where GMS teach in downtown Dallas. And there was a brother amongst them. We was chopping it up. Nothing too crazy. And he said, "Yeah, I used to be a Hebrew Israelite." And as the conversation carried on, like the best way I could put it, he was dead. Like there was no life in his words. There was no light in his face. He said he used to be a Hebrew Israelite and he was back in Christianity. And everything that he spoke it was like I was talking to a dead man. Right? The Most High deal with you how he deal with you. Right? I can't say for certain if he is or isn't. The Most High do what he do. And his ways are not our ways, right? But if you getting chastised like how a son gets chastised, hey man, take like it says in Sirach 2 and 5, right? You gotta take that cheerfully, man. And I think I did a lesson on this a couple weeks ago, right? When you getting chastised and going through what you're going through, don't get mad, don't be upset. You take it with a grain of salt, you smile and acknowledge that you messed up. Don't get mad, just we deserved it. That's all I'm gonna say. Take your whooping. You deserved it more than likely. It could have been that you did something wrong, did something off, or you could just be getting put through that fire to be a better version of yourself, right? But I wouldn't even have that thought in your mind. You would want to have the fear of the Most High not dealing with you anymore. You want to keep that in the back of your mind, right? That's going to keep you on a straight and narrow and doing what you're supposed to do. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, hey man, you ain't got nothing to fear. If it makes sense, right? And as facts, it do change levels, right? But again, he dealing with us how he deal with sons. Just like if your child go off, you're gonna whoop that ass. When we go off, there's many different ways to whoop our ass. Right? The Most High is very creative in how he do things. Right? you know. But if he dealing with you, he dealing with you. Just be happy and take you with it, right? Let's move forward. Isaiah 1 and 11. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith Yahweh? I am full of burnt offerings of rams and fat of fed breasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks and of lambs and of he goats. Why? Because we were doing it in vain, man. Like, think about it. We talking about a people who was literally just making sacrifices to make sacrifices, but it's not being genuine. It's more like, oh, that happened. If I do this, I'll just go give a sacrifice later. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. Nah, man. You taking advantage of that, man. Just because that's what we're supposed to do if we go off does not give us the right to go off just so we can go make a sacrifice. That's one of our that was one of our issues, man. Our people have an issue with that to this day in the world. Right? Verse 12. When he came to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand to tread my courts? Bring no more vain oblations. Those oblations and sacrifices meant nothing, right? Because again, it was one thing to bring a sacrifice to the temple, you know, because you actually did something wrong and you were remorseful and you know what you were supposed to do. It's another thing entirely to bring a sacrifice to the temple when you know that what you did was wrong and you did it on purpose. And you thought that bringing a sacrifice was just gonna get you out of it. Nah, fam. It don't go like that, right? Let me read that again. Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with it. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. Why? Because we was doing this in vanity. Again, our people was having a mindset. All right, bet. You know what? I can go steal and kill from this dude. I can just go bring a sacrifice to the temple. It's cool. God forgive me if I do that. That's the mindset that we was having back in the day. That's why I said vain oblations. It don't mean nothing now. You're not truly remorseful. You just doing it just to do it. Thinking you're gonna get away with it. Right? Like, can't do it like that, man. Verse 14. Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. Because again, we were doing these things in vanity, in vain, right? It's lawful to do these things, yes. But the manner in which we were doing them, that's what was off. We were just making sacrifices and not really putting forth our whole heart into things, man. We was, how can I put it? We was being some ungrateful ass children. You know that attitude that you would get when your mama or your daddy tell you to do something and you really ain't want to do it, but you did it anyway, and you did it with an entire attitude the entire time. That's this. Not in the same likeness, but that's the closest way I could explain it to someone, just in case someone sees this and they still don't get it. That attitude that you give when you get asked to do something and you just do it. And then when you do it, you half-ass doing them. You doing it half-ass because you really don't want to do it. Whether it be dishes, cutting the lawn, doing your homework, getting the remote that's 2 feet away. That's exactly what it is, right? That was the mindset that our people was having. Like making a donation with drug money, the good work comes washed away. But yep, there you go. There you go. Now, I will say this: if that person repent, you know what I'm saying, and they don't never, do that again. And hey, man, look, that donation is still gonna get used. I'm gonna let you know right now. It's going to be used. Okay. We're gonna render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Because our donations, with money, we storing them in the kingdom of heaven, right? But no, that's a very valid point. That's a very, very valid point, right? Verse 15. And when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. You see that? That's our people, man. Again, we do things in vanity. And perfect case in point, right? When we be out on the highways and byways, I'll deliberately, and a lot of us do this, you know, because we at the Cowboy and Eagle game, right? Y'all, when that footage comes out, make sure y'all watch that. We have some pretty great interactions, right? You know, and you know, you see a crowd of people, they chilling, just blatantly ask, is there anybody here that believes in God? When I tell you, I saw so many blacks and Hispanics not raise their hand. We live in Texas. This is the Bible Belt. I know on some level you believe in God. When you pack that church house on Sunday, I bet you go and say you believe in God. When they went into that Cowboy game, and the Cowboys unfortunately won. Yes, I said unfortunately. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I want that for the record. I'm not a Cowgirls fan. Okay. When they won, I guarantee you, half that stadium was thanking God, and they was excited. But yet, when the men of the Lord were out and they asked you blatantly, show of hands, who believes in God? Nothing. Or sometimes they'll even say, yeah, I believe in God. You know, like, okay, let's talk about him real quick. They kept walking. I believe in God. You believe in God. We can't talk about God together. We can't build off that. Oh, you say you love God. Yeah, I love God. Okay, cool. How do you love God? Well, by obey. Okay, what does that look like? I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. What you mean? You could have taught me something. I could have found something out. You just left me hanging, right? Can't do that, man. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as it was then as it is now, man. Our people got blood on our hands, man. Right? What Deacon say? What was that? Was it bat mitzvah? I think blood on my hands, blood on my shirt, blood on my feet. I gotta get it off. We gotta get it off, man. Ezekiel 3, we gotta get the blood off our hands, right? Why? Because our hands are full of blood. You know, we gotta get it off. Only way to do so is to obey the Most High God. Come back to Him with a new mind. Keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and the faith. Right? That's what we got to do. And of course, push this word in truth and sincerity and bid people into this marriage. Tell them the same thing. Hey, man, you got to get cleaned up. You got to get washed up, man. Take off that old garment. Put off that former conversation. He said, like, H-Town, Texans better. Hey, man, you know what? I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to let you have that. All right. I'm going to let you have the Texans. You know, that's cool. You know, the only Texas team that I'm a fan of are the Texas Rangers. That's it. That's it, man. That's it. I rocks with the Rangers. They cool. All right. But anyway, and yes, the Texas Rangers got more silver boots than the Astros. I'm gonna just leave that there. What you do with that is completely up to you. But moving forward, this is the main point. Verse 16. Wash you, make you clean. This is what we're talking about, right? We talking about getting clean, washing ourselves, putting off that former conversation, putting off the old man, putting on that new man, that new white garment to be prepared for the wedding, right? He said, wash you, make you clean, put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes, cease to do evil. It's an evil thing to break these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's an evil thing to be an idolater. It's an evil thing to worship imaginary friends. It's an evil thing to be a murderer, a drug dealer, a prostitute, a stripper, all the evil things that our people do, man. All the evil things that our people do, right? We got to cease to do these things, right? We got to stop putting faith in things that are vanity. Like Cowboys fans who think they're going to get a Super Bowl. That's vanity, man. That's absolute vanity. It's not going to happen. Okay? Verse 17. Learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, and judge the fatherless, plead for the widow. That's what we do when we go and we teach this truth and sincerity, right? Everything else is vanity. But everything concerning the Most High, that's everything that we need to make sure that we're clean, that we're washed, that we adorn that wedding garment and make sure that that old man is nowhere near, man. Right? You know, sometimes, hey, look, it may come to a point where you got to box the old man. All right? You better, stick and move, hit that, the Philly shuffle, you know what I'm saying? Do some tactics, put him in the dirt, man. And make sure that old man don't come out. Make sure he stay in the dirt. All right. Watch this. Let's start. Yeah, let's start at 1. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 3 and verse 1. And he shewed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of Yahweh, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Yahweh rebuke thee, O Hashatan. Even Yahweh that hath chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire? Now Joshua was clothed with filthy garments and stood before the angel. Is that not our people? When we was in this world, were not our garments filthy, full of deceit, lust, right? We vanity, all types of things, all the things that are of this world defiles us. It gets us dirty. We were clothed with filthy garments, right? And again, being this truth, we're gonna stumble, scrape our knees, get a couple stains. You might be eating some Whataburger or some In-N-Out or something. You feel me? You might drop some secret sauce on your shirt. It happened. Clean it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's nice and pressed, no wrinkles, and keep pushing, right? But again, this was us. Now I'm gonna read it again. Now Joshua was clothed with filthy garments and stood before the angel. And he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, Take away the filthy garments from him. Now wait a minute. What was we reading earlier in Psalms 51? Wasn't we reading how David was pleading and praying to be cleansed? Let's read that again. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's go back. Psalms 51 and 7. Purge me with hyssop. That's a cleaning agent, somewhat like a soap. And I shall be clean. Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow. Just like David was asking, Joshua doing the same thing. Take away the filthy garments from me, right? That's what he's asking, man. Let me read that again. And he answered and spake unto those that stood before him, saying, Take away the filthy garments from him. So like I said, me saying from him, right? That's the command that's given. And unto him he said, Behold, I have caused that iniquity to pass from thee, and I will clothe thee with a change of raiment. What are we saying here? We're seeing we're seeing someone being cleansed right here. We're seeing someone have those filthy garments removed from them and adorning a new raiment, a new garment, putting off that old man, putting on the new man, walking in a newness of life, not taking part in that former conversation, man. We can't do the same things that we used to do in the world. What do I mean by that? Right? If you was a gamer like myself, I'm not saying you can't game. No. Am I saying you can't go to the club? No. You do things in righteousness now. And the things that you most certainly shouldn't be doing, of course, don't do them. If you used to smoke, stop smoking. Right? If you used to be a pimp, stop being a pimp. And everything that follows, man. Do things in righteousness. Right? Get that change of raiment. Verse 5. And I said, Let them set a fair mitre upon his head. So they set a fair mitre upon his head and clothed him with garments. And the angel of the Yahweh stood by. And the angel of Yahweh protested Joshua, saying, Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, if thou wilt walk in my ways, and if thou wilt keep my charge, then thou shalt also judge my house, and shalt also keep my courts, and I will give thee places to walk among these that stood by. Isn't that what we aiming for? Isn't that what we going for? Quick question: who's the angel? When you bathe and shit, you do. I'm not finna play with you with the. I mean, you spitting facts. That's facts. That's facts. But yeah, who's the angel? Y'all know how I like to get down. I'm asking questions. Who's the angel, y'all? Let's read that again. Verse 7. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, if thou wilt walk in my ways, and thou wilt keep my charge, then thou shalt judge my house, and shalt also keep my courts, and I will give thee places to walk among these that stand by. Who the angel? Salakia, I'm asking the wrong question. My bad, y'all. Salakia. Am I? Nah, I'm not asking the right question. No, I am asking the right question. Who's this angel, man? Anybody know? If you don't know, it's okay. The only thing I can tell you is go study, man. Anybody can give you the answer. Okay, I see mixed answers. I see mixed answers. I'll put it to you this way. The best way to get the answer is to go study. The reason why I say this is this. You can always watch a class, you can always get answers, of course. It's very rewarding. It's a great thing to go to. But from time to time, I like to challenge those who participate in the class. Go do your research and go study. It is far more rewarding than someone giving you the answer. I promise you that one. So far, great answers. Terrific answers. But I want you to prove it to yourself at the guess that you have given. And you're going to be far more powerful for doing so. That much I promise you. But let's move forward, right? Let's get into some reveling, some revealing, some revelations, right? Let's get it. Let's start. Do we want to start at one? No, we're gonna get straight to the point. Actually, no, we're gonna start at 3. The book of Revelations. See, it's just so good. When Yahushua speaking, everything's just, it's magnificent. It's hard to pick a spot to start. It's just like, why? Like, come on now. But we're gonna start at 2. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 2. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die, for I have not found thy works perfect before God. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. Hold on to the things that you heard, man. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand, and hold on to the things that we've been taught, right? If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee. Thou hast a few names, Salah. Thou hast a few names even in Sardis. Excuse me, Salah, which have not defiled their garments, and they walk with me in white, for they are worthy. Verse 5. He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment, and I will not blot out his name out of the book of life, but I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. These sounds like people who repented, kept these laws, statutes, commandments, and kept the faith in Yahushua. This is what we after, man. We trying to, not get blotted out the book of life, man. We trying to make it. And look, the righteous shall scarcely be saved. Keep that in mind. The righteous are barely. We go look. You know the expression. You know, made it by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. We just gonna make it by the chinny chin chin. All right. We might even get 2 chins in there. Not even the 3. It's just gonna be chin chin. We gonna barely made it. Barely make it rather. Right. So we gotta do everything that we can. It's not. This is a marathon, not a sprint. We gotta make sure that we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we are clothed in that white raiment, so that way we can go to that wedding and be present and be presentable for it, right? Let's go a little bit deeper in the book of Revelation, just a little bit, right? Just a little bit, right? One of my personal favorites. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7. We're not gonna read all of it, but we're gonna read a good portion of it. You know what I'm saying? And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Get the Most High hand. Get the Most High hand. Get the Most High hand. You gotta praise him. You gotta praise the Most High every little chance you get, man. You know, if you're privy to it, you know what I'm saying. You can praise the Most High till you're blue in the face and you pass out, and guess what? It's not gonna be enough, man. And why do I say give the Most High a hand? He didn't have to. He didn't have to choose us. He didn't, you know, he didn't have to do any of this. But he wants 144,000, you know, 12,000 each from the from the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, right? And that's not all this to be. You got the 144,000, and then you got the 1/3. All right, I want that to be clear, right? But again, you know, if you didn't know this is where the 144,000 was, hey, look, now you know. I recommend reading this. All right, but let's keep it going, Salakia. I don't know why everybody and their mama, including my mama, apparently she want to call me. I'm in the middle of class, mom. Chill out. I don't want to get cussed out. All right, con. Right? You know, 12,000 each from 12. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, we forgot one of the most important ones. Hold up. Oh, so we just gonna. Oh nope, that's my fault. I'm actually having a very vain moment right now. I'm looking for. There it is. There it is. There it is. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. You know, of the tribe of Benjamin, we're still 12,000. You know what I'm saying? I got to put on for Benji. All right, I got to put on for Benji. All right. Not I thought you over there cheating on the question. You know what? I can't even be mad at you. You utilize knowledge that you already had. I can't be mad at you for doing it. I can't be mad. God. But this is what we wanted right here. Let's start at Elders the 4 beasts. Let's start at 13 just to get to the point, right? This is Revelation 7 and 13. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? Verse 14. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest And he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation. That's gonna be us, right? We got a long way to go, man. You see, I knew me and the thought was having a whole connection right here, man. Team, but I love all 12 tribes. Don't get it twisted. But I love Banyamyan. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I love everybody. I love all my tribes. But I rock with my tribesmen. All right. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. You feel me? Unless you can find somebody that make better plantains. Now I will say this: Simeon, Levi, and Banyamyan. Whoo, hey man, look. As far as food goes, that's my top 3 right there. I can't pick a number 1, but it's neck and neck, especially with them fried plantains. All right, it's, you know what I'm saying. You know, see, our Bravo was popping. You see, Banyamyan in the chat. You feel me? Banyamyan in the chat. All right, but let's get back to it. Verse 14. And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation, and washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Is that not what we're doing? Are we not washing ourselves, making ourselves clean to be presentable? Right? This is what we ought to do, man. Right? Through Yahushua, we can be made clean, man. We can repent and put off that old man and put on that new man, right? And we have to teach our brethren to do so. Malak Yahushua, Yahbashem Yashah Barakatah what the water, King. Right? That's what we doing, man. We gotta make sure that we cleanse ourselves. We gotta clean our clothes, man. We can't be smelling like last week. We gotta wash our clothes. Put on them fresh, clean raiments, and be ready for this wedding, man. Right? Change your socks too. You know, they be getting crusty and stuff. You can't wear the same socks a week in a row. That's how you get holes. They get all stiff and it's weird. They smell like a gym sweat. All right. You can't do so. Let's get back. Let's get more on this wedding real quick, right? This is some more on this beautiful wedding. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. The 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. So you got 10 virgins, 5 of them wise, 5 of them foolish. Let's see what happened to those of them who were foolish, right? Verse 3. That they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. What happens if you have, you know, if you have a lamp with no oil or no extra oil with them? What's gonna happen? It's gonna burn out. It's not gonna Your wick is not gonna stay lit, man. It's gonna get dry and burnt up and be useless. You can't run out of oil, right? What's that oil? That wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. How do you get wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? By having the faith and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Exactly, darkness, right? They're gonna be in that darkness, all right? They're gonna be like, oh, darkness. I thought this was my hood. If you know what that, if you know where that's from, we're really good friends now. I might even give you my personal social media. I don't know yet, but if you know that reference, we're really good friends at this point. But again, you gotta have that oil in your lamp. How else is your light supposed to shine? If you run out of oil, your light not finna shine, man. You finna be just like the sister said. You gonna be in darkness. See, me and Malak Yalasab, I always vibe really hard with Northern Kingdom. You feel me? He got it. He gets it, man. All right. Verse 4. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and and trim their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. You didn't think to bring oil? You didn't think to do what you were supposed to do? The wise ones knew what they were supposed to do. The wise ones were prepared to see the bridegroom, but you weren't. There's gonna be those of our people that's like this, right? It can't go that way, man. You got to be prepared for this thing. See, those are the former conversation and didn't put off the old man. Those gonna be those same ones, you know, with teeter-tottering or whatever the case is. They're gonna run out of oil because they weren't prepared. They half-assed it. Those of us that are wise are going to be prepared and have that oil, right? And they're going to keep our light going. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. Go get it. Go get it. You got the same resources that we had to go get it. You can go do the same. You can't just bunch off of us. You knew what it was and we knew what it was. Go get it. Well, let's see what happens when they go get it. Verse 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready, again, let me highlight this, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. So what happened? Either you're going to be ready and be well prepared and go with the bridegroom, or you're going to try and get you some more oil, you're going to miss out. Just like when the door shut on Noah's Ark, that door going to shut at the marriage, man. Ain't no two ways about it. Either be ready, you know, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Do you feel me? Conversation, don't give your food to dogs. Hey, that's facts. That's facts. That's straight facts. If you do, they get spoiled and they'll try to mooch off you. I speak as a man of experience and also as a man who has 2 dogs. So this reference is both spiritual and literal for me. When I tell you they spoiled, they get spoiled. All right. But again, don't be like the unwise, like the ones that are unwise and try to go off and get some oil real quick and not be prepared. You're gonna miss out. Be prepared, be ready, right? So that way you don't get the door shut up on you. Verse 11. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. You know, look, I'm here. I got my oil. I was a little late, you know, but I'm here now. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Question for the chat. What's the first precept that comes to mind? I'm gonna read 11 again. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. What's the first precept that comes to your mind? Who got it? I know somebody got it. I could hear it now. The Google searches. What? Google moving slow for y'all, man? Or somebody going through that sword? One of these things. One of these things is going on this way. Somebody gotta have it. Let's see. There we go. Hosea got it. Verily I said, one jot or one tittle. Close. Matthew 7:21 and 22. Oh, you good. You good, Malak Yawasap. You good. You good. Hosea Israel got it right. I'm gonna read it real quick. This is book Matthew chapter 7 and verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have I not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Right? So yeah, these them same people. These same people, man. Right? And what did he say? I know you. I don't know you, man. Unlike y'all, these people were ready. These people did what they were supposed to do. But you didn't. You was ill prepared and thought you had it, but it ain't happening that way, right? Moving forward, verse 13. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. Right? And of course, we got the parable of the talents. But yeah, man, we got to be prepared for this thing. We got to have our oil ready. We got to make sure that we got on those white raiments. We got to make sure that the former conversation is tossed to the side, man. We got to make sure that we're doing everything possible in order to get that salvation, right? That is right. Not it is a faith only based salvation cut. That's right, kid. That's right. But yeah, we can't be like these unwise virgins and asking other people for oil. Can't do that, man. We got to ensure that we're doing everything that we're supposed to do to make sure that our garments are that beautiful white raiment and not that dirty, disgusting old garment, man. We got to make sure that we've been washed, that we've been clean, that we're doing everything within our power to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and the faith and everything in between, and also trying to push this word and bid our people to the marriage. Right? We close, we getting there, but there's a lot more work to be done. And we got to make sure that our garments are white until it's over with. Until we hear the words "good job, my faithful servant," we not done. All right. And if you tripped and scraped your knee, you broke your femur, broke 6 bones, dust yourself off, rub some dirt on it, and keep going. Right? Or what they say in the Avengers during, what was it, Ultron? He said if you die, get up and walk it off. All right. And that's how we got to look at it, man. Look, we gotta go hard for Yahweh, man. Like if you fall, you get close to death, get up, dust yourself off, and keep pushing. All right. Let's get this: the marriage of the Lamb. Right. There's facts. The other nations will taint your oil, man. Right. That's why we gotta go to our own cisterns. We gotta get that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that was given to our fathers and apply it to our lives. And unlike our fathers, not squander it. Right? But let's get this. This book of Revelations, chapter 19 and verse 7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. That's us. We ought to make ourselves ready for this marriage, man. Verse 8. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. And for fine linen is the righteousness of the saints. That's what we ought to do, man. We got to make sure that we are adorning that fine linen. We not going. You can't have you can't be the old person that you used to be and think you wearing that white linen. It don't work like that. You got to have a clean mind, clean spirit. Put off that old man. Put off them old ways. And wear them garments, man. You know what I'm saying? Passover coming up. Everybody want to look clean. Everybody want to look good. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we're doing this all the way into the end. And of course, again, until we hear the words "Good job, my faithful servant," we got to keep going until we hear them words, man. And then after that, we're gonna be, it's gonna be automatic. Ain't no putting on no different garment at that point. It's gonna be that way consistently, right? But until then, we got to do everything that we can to have that raiment, right? Verse 9, and he said unto me, right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he said unto me, these are the true sayings of God. See that? That's what we gotta do, man. Right? We want to get invite. We pushing the invite to the marriage, and we want to make sure that we at least get to the marriage. All right, we trying to get there. We got to make sure we have that white raiment. We got to make sure that we don't got that old man dragging us down and keeping us away from being washed and being clean, right? We can't do that. We got to. Hey man, look, like I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? Get you a shovel, take the old man out into the woods, run them hands with the old man if you got to. Run them hands. You feel me? Put that old man in the dirt and put on that newness of life. Put on that newness of spirit and put on that white garment, that white raiment. And do your best to keep that white raiment upon you. Do your best to make sure that you don't run out of oil, right? The Most High sent his son to save us, man. We are to be, we are to be, fellow rulers with Yahweh. We're gonna be, we're gonna be small rulers. He the big ruler. Yahweh's the big ruler. You feel me? We got to make sure that we doing our job to get to that point, right? We got to see these prophecies be fulfilled. We got to do what we got to do in order to make sure that the king that we at least get to see the kingdom of heaven on that first go round, right? Verse 10, one of my favorite precepts. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship God, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Israel's prophesied to be that ruling people in the kingdom of the Most High God under Yahushua, his son who he appointed to rule this earth, and of course, ultimately under the Most High God, Yahweh. Right? It's prophesied, man. Yahushua is the one to be like unto Moses, right? So hey man, look, you gotta, if you don't know that testimony, I don't know what to tell you, man. You gotta have that spirit of prophecy. Ak bravo, Yahbashim Yahshua Barakatah Watawada, right? But yeah, man. Again, we are bidding our fellow brothers and sisters to the marriage. We're telling them to put off that former conversation, to put off that old man, and to adorn ourselves in that white raiment, and to make sure that we don't lack no oil, man, and that they don't do the same. We got to make sure that we're prepared while telling others to be prepared, right? But that's the lesson for the day, y'all. That's all I got. So with that, you know what I'm saying? I look forward to the coming classes. Deacon had a powerful class early today, right? I suggest you go watch it. Sarge, if you ain't following Sergeant Yatab's page and all the mighty works that he's doing, you're tripping, you're lacking. I need you to go to Sicarii Sergeant 2 and subscribe and get that bell notification, man. Right? There's a lot of powerful works that are being done throughout these weeks. All right. Got to make sure that we get out there, and get that edification in, man. All right. That's what we got to do, man. And make sure, if you didn't know, man, if you're getting cold this winter, you feel me? You need a hoodie, some sweats, some apparel. You gotta go to Urban Gorilla. right? You got to go to urbangorilla.com. That's URBNGRLA.com, man. Go there right now. He got clothes for men, women, children, and even infants, man. Don't forget to hit up Deacon Sicarii. You know what I'm saying? For your head wraps and your children Bibles. All right. Make sure you hit up For the Nation. We make sure you hit up all Hebrew Israelite businesses. All right. You feel me? We got to make sure we support each other in this thing. All right. But make sure y'all go to all the channels. Make sure you go to, LBC, or whatever it is, man. There's too much information to be out there for us not to be sharpened to what we are, right? What you want to do is be better than what you were yesterday. And yes, that is a quote from Naruto. Yes, I you know what I'm saying? I'm in the truth. I'm still a nerd. All right. I will never stop being a nerd. But with that, I want to give Call Halal, Abanalia. Yes. Salakia. Thank you, Hosea Israel. Don't forget to go to Amatazar Labs page and check out that audio Bible, man. Go check that out, right? And as well as if you want some hilarious smoke, make sure to go to Ariella Sicarrii's page, man. He been catching a lot of smoke. All right. Hey man, look, I love DBZ. Don't get me wrong. I watched from Dragon Ball all the way up till now. You feel me? Don't nobody want no smoke in Dragon Ball. I'm gonna make somebody feel bad. One Piece is the best. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right. But yeah, make sure y'all go check all that information out. But with that, I want to give Call Halal, Abanaw Yahweh, Bahashema Mashiach Malak Yahweh Shai, Shalom.